What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, come on, you know I don't watch that shit.
Why not? Too scared?
No, it's just what's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some big-breasted girl who can't act, who's always running up the stairs when she should be going out the front door. It's insulting.
Hi. And welcome to episode
47.
This is Kim and Kat Stay Alive. Maybe?
I'm Ketrin,
I'm Kim.
and we have a podcast.
We talk about horror movies.
We're going to tell you the whole frickin' thing, and you, along with one of us, can try to stay alive in it. That's what we do.
Yep. Welcome. Here we go.
Hi. Hello.
Cheers to everyone. Especially you, Ketrin.
Especially you, Burnsy.
China holes up. Wait, China holes out.
Yeah, wait. China holes.
What is it?
China holes out, tits up.
up.
There we go. China holes out, tits up.
Oh, sweet nectar. Sweet nectar.
Ooh, yay.
So,
Hi.
hello.
What's going on?
You know what we forgot last time is songs.
Oh, shit. We did.
So I have an interesting one.
Okay. I think I know which one you're talking about. Go ahead.
Someone that said they didn't want a song.
Yes. El Mindy or something like that.
Yeah.
So let's just give her a curt thank you. A professional, non-sing-songy, appreciative thank you and salutation.
Elmindy, you fucking rule.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your review.
We appreciate you.
You're awesome.
Moving on.
Yep. Short, sweet, non-song like.
We respect you
Yeah.
and your wishes.
Yeah. As we do all Sammys. How's it going?
Good.
What color is your brain room painted today?
Less blue.
Cool. That's neat.
Yeah.
That makes me really happy.
Yeah.
My brain room is currently orange
Orange.
because orange makes me really happy.
Oh, orange is happy for you. Good.
But it's not red, which means I'm mad.
Okay. Okay.
It's got a little energy, little pep. but
I
it's not
feel
red.
excited for the movie I'm about to tell you, which I think is bringing some joy to my life.
Oh my God. I can't wait.
Some light into my life. When I was talking about how we always have similar things.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, my movie's,
Oh, from last week.
my movie's not that great.
No.
And I was like, oh, my movie isn't either, but my movie is so bad that it's good situation.
Oh,
it's
those
different.
are good.
Yeah,
those are good.
yeah.
Mine was so bad that it was bad.
Yeah. I realized it was a different situation once we got in.
And nap time. Well, this is exciting. These are really fun.
This is fun.
Do I know this one? Like, would I have seen it? Like on our, okay.
Oh, you probably saw it on the list.
Saw it on the
yeah.
list? Okay.
So this is a movie that a lot of people have requested,
Okay.
especially friend of the pod, Nick Santa Croce.
What is it? Oh my God. What is it?
Pretty much since we started, he was like, you have to do this movie. And it's been on my list for a really long time. But since it's the first day of summer, sometime around like when this is coming out,
Sometime this year, it'll be the first day of summer.
let's say June 21st
Let's.
is the first day of summer.
I love
I
it.
think this comes out June 26th. So happy summer to everyone.
I think I know
and
what it is.
let's take a trip to Sleepaway Camp.
Yay! Oh my God. Nick Santa Croce. He's going to be so happy in his little head and heart. I can't wait. It's going to turn his little brain room pink with joy.
Pink with joy.
Yeah.
So
We're just diving right in. Let's fucking do this. Is David?
No, we can talk about other things.
No, I just want to know if
have
David
more
Tennant's in it.
things. He's not.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
I know.
But
Bummer.
here's the thing with this one.
Great.
It's not really the type of thing where I was struggling having questions, and I actually had to have Sleep Kim think about it.
Okay.
Because it's not too many situations where I'm just like, what is anyone doing to stay alive and what would you do? And you'll see why.
Okay.
But, and we can talk about it more at the end.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to play a different game for this one.
Wow. Okay. I'm so nervous.
So get ready. So there's going to be a couple just like fun guesses. It's like we're at fucking summer camp, bro.
Great. Okay.
Let's go to summer camp. We're going to play some games.
Okay.
One is like specifically just a fun question and answer game.
Okay.
The other game and the main one is just a whodunit.
Oh.
A whodunit situation.
So I'm a detective at summer camp.
Maybe.
Oh my God. We're just diving right in. I
fucking go
love
to
it.
summer camp.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm
Sleepaway
ready.
camp.
Yeah.
So did you ever go to sleepaway camp?
Yes, I did. I went to like day camp at Creative Workshop, Arts and Crafts.
You're ruining this for Elmandy.
Me and cousin went to Creative Workshop. That was great. But then I went to sleepaway camp at Bennington College.
Fancy.
In 10th grade. It was very fancy.
In 10th grade?
Mm-hmm. Oh. So I did, because I didn't want to go to camp when I was like younger, because my camp was being at the neighborhood pool from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day, unless I was summering at the Cape with my parents. Otherwise, I wanted to be at the pool.
You sound like such a douche.
What part of that was douchey?
Summering at the Cape.
My family summer vacation at Cape Cod.
Unless we were summering at the Cape. And then I went to Bennington College.
That was actually...
I spent my summers at the pool.
That was... Bennington College was my great aunt Pilar, who said, I believe Lauren should have the experience of going to a very prestigious campus, which holds a special place in my heart. So I will be paying the tuition for her to pursue her studies.
Well, I only went to day camp because it was my only option.
That surprises me. No sleepaway camp?
No, I mean, I don't even like remember that being on the table, but I'm sure I just like, I don't know, we couldn't afford it or something.
Did you have to do any sleepaway camps for like a couple days with your school?
No.
Oh, I had to do that, and I hated them because it was just like, it was like it was not in the summer because it was during school, so oftentimes it was like fucking freezing cold, and it was still like school.
Yeah, no, we had recess in a parking lot.
Right.
So like,
yeah.
We just I went to the rec, and that was where day camp was.
The rec.
And
I love it.
That was it.
Cool. Once again, Kim and I led different lives.
Camp was not even on the table. It wasn't until I got to high school that I went to like Disney World with band.
To be fair, I don't
the most
think
like
sleepaway camp is as big of a thing as it was in the time that this movie was made.
Yeah.
Because like my parents, it was a big deal to go to like sleepaway camp and things like that. I think it was I don't know that it was as big of a deal.
It might just not be like a city thing either. Like it might just be other towns that are more into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
I'm very excited.
This
to go.
sleepaway camp was made in 1983.
Oh.
And if you recall, we did an early 80s movie. My last movie was an early 80s movie, Poltergeist.
Oh, right.
This is not a Steven Spielberg movie.
Oh, geez. Oh, my God. I'm so excited.
I'm going to say it's probably pretty indie, pretty low-B.
Oh, my gosh. I cannot wait for some low-B.
And what else did I want to say about it?
Let's just get on the bus. Let's sing some sleepaway camp songs. Creative workshop. That's for you, cuz.
Elmandy's taking her review back. There was one more thing that I wanted to say about it. It is sleepaway camp.
Great.
All right. Well, fuck it. I don't know.
Okay.
1983. Oh, this is it.
Okay. What is it?
What's the movie?
Oh my fucking God. Kim remembers what it was, and it's to ask me a question about something she can't remember.
What is the movie that we love that's like all the adults that are playing kids at summer camp?
Oh.
It's a comedy.
Wet Hot American Summer.
Wet Hot American Summer.
Yes.
I want you to be picturing the clothing and just all of the things of Wet Hot American Summer. Like, put yourself there.
Paul Rudd, got it. Elizabeth Banks, got it.
Yeah. So much of this is that.
I
So,
can't wait.
Here we go. Dun! Title card, Sleepaway Camp.
Ooh.
Dun, 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 dun. We see
Are we not playing Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive. That was just how I was starting my Dead or Alive.
Sure. I bet.
It's because I forgot to leave space in my actual notebook, and it was on the last page instead
Oh,
of the first
whoa.
page. So, good job.
Kim, get it together.
Here
Get
we
it
go.
together, Kim.
Dead or Alive.
Yes.
Angela.
Alive.
Ricky.
Dead.
Ronnie.
Alive.
Judy.
Dead.
Meg.
Dead.
Paul.
Alive.
Mel / old man.
Dead.
Aunt Martha.
Alive.
Creepy cook.
Dead.
Kenny.
Dirt.
Okay.
I didn't even think about it this time. Taking a new strategy since your terribleness at this is contagious and I fucked it up the last few weeks. I'm just not gonna think about it.
Okay. Dun.
Duh.
Sleepaway Camp.
I've seen this part. It's weird.
Is this familiar?
Yeah, this sounds familiar.
Yeah. Maybe you've seen this. So, title card. Sleepaway Camp.
Got it.
In
Wait, what's the
distance,
title card again?
Sleepaway Camp. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh shit.
It's a horror movie.
Okay.
Dun, dun. Great. And we see autumn trees.
Oh.
And in my brain, I actually wrote autumn leaf trees and then like went and scratched it out and I was like, spring. It's probably spring because it's a sleepaway camp. Like I was like, why am I seeing autumn trees?
Right. So why?
In the background, like surrounding a lake, basically.
Okay.
But zoom out. I was correct the first time. It's autumn trees.
autumn trees.
Okay,
Okay.
trust your gut. You
Trust
know what
your-
autumn looks like.
You too, Kim. I believe in you.
Yeah.
You know
It's
your
different than
seasons.
spring. And this was autumn. And it's a slow zoom out till we see like a big lake with a shore, and it looks like what is an empty camp.
Got it. Because it's autumn.
Exactly.
Got it.
But it looks like it's been empty for a while.
Oh, like a deserted,
camp. Ominous music. And as we're going through each part of the camp, different cabins, baseball fields, soccer fields, we kind of hear the distant chatter of kids that maybe once were.
Okay.
And we finally get to the front fence that has a little sheriff warning sign on it, and we see the big welcome sign to Camp Arawak. For sale.
Oh, let's buy it.
Okay.
Oh my God. What if you and I ran our own organ? That'd be so fucking fun.
It would be so haunted with little creepy kids.
That's
Everyone
true.
would be possessed. We'd be exercising all of the kids.
1 and 2 and what? Okay.
Ugh. Sounds like the worst.
Kim's like, sleepaway camp, no kids allowed.
I'm in.
Actually, adult summer camp
Adult summer
sounds
camp. They
fucking
like
amazing.
did that for a minute.
It sounds so
And
fucking
that
fun.
sounds really fun.
Yeah. Like I would do that.
I'm into that.
Yeah. All right, go.
So now we cut back to the camp, kind of like from the lake. And it's in its heyday now. You know, like there's people, there's green trees. We're
Because
probably in
it's spring or summer.
now.
Got it. Uh-huh.
We're on a tiny little sailboat with 2 young kids, ages 5 to 10.
Got it.
Brother, sister, and their dad.
Okay.
They have some type of crazy New York or Boston accent. Like the kids are just like,
Hey, I'm sailing here.
yeah, it's for real.
Where'd you park the car?
So
I'm a professional actress.
yes, we're available. So the kids are like, can we? Oh, like a little motorboat kind of drives by them, dragging like a skier behind, water skier. And the kids are like, can we get a motorboat? And then the kids are like, can we go to the camp one summer? And the dad's kind of like, we'll see, you know. Now we go to the motorboat, and it's like teenagers in the motorboat. They're water skiing. Marianne wants Craig to let her drive.
Well, geez, Craig.
And
Those are such 80s names, Marianne and Craig.
Yeah. And now we cut back to the dad and the kids. The dad stands up like kind of on the edge of the sailboat, and the kids like get up and like are like he and like push him, and then they all fall in, and like the boat kind of tips over. Back to Marianne and Craig. Marianne wants to drive, so she knows how to get her way. She starts flirting.
Oh, yep.
And she wins.
Yep.
Craig's going to allow the girl to drive.
Whoa.
They're water skiing like Deborah or something behind them.
Okay. Craig is letting a woman drive?
I know. So they're like teenagers.
Sure.
So now there's some guy on the shore who's calling for dad, who I guess his name is John. He's like, John, almost 4:30. Doc's going to be here soon. The doctor's coming.
Okay.
And then the kids are like, Aunt Martha's coming?
Oh.
They're like, is cousin Richard coming too? And the dad's like, no, he's spending the weekend with his father.
Okay.
So that's happening. Now back to the teens water skiing. You know, Marianne's driving now, so she's distracted.
Well, yeah.
But the little kids and dad are all still in the water,
Driving all over the place.
The boat is the motorboat's heading directly towards them, but they don't see it's happening. Dolores back in the water ski is like,
Dolores.
turn the boat. But Craig and Marianne can't hear her.
Of course.
And so they're like, what's she talking about? And then by the time they see it, they're like, holy shit. And they're like, turn the wheel. And they start turning the wheel. They're all screaming. No one's a good actor.
Oh.
Craig.
Or sailor.
Craig needs to take over. And the speedboat flies over the family.
You know what? As someone who's been in a speedboat before, I can tell you that's totally physically accurate. Speedboats are just always flying over other boats.
Well, it seems to like go to the set. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about this movie.
Okay.
Most of the things we're seeing, we're not seeing.
I see.
We're just like you're filling it in with your brain balls.
Right. So everything is in quotations, if you will.
Like we're like, they are getting close according to people's reactions to the family. And then we see the boat afterwards.
Oh, okay.
And then quick cut to the face of the guy on the shore. He just goes, John. Quick cut back to Dolores now falling in the water off the water ski. Oh my God! Dolores! Help the people fast! Help the people!
She's screaming, help the people?
Yes. And so now we see the back of one of the little kids. Both the little kids had on
life jackets.
Those like orange life jackets.
Yes.
So we see the back of one of the little kids in the life jacket in the water.
Okay.
Alive.
Okay. Kim did a little bit of a floundering motion.
Oh,
that's how I knew she was alive.
That, you should prepare your phone because there's going to be a couple. There might be some visual.
This is an
aids for this
interactive
one.
episode?
There's at least one that I prepared.
Okay, hold on one second.
But I mean, the options for this one are.
I'm very
lots of
excited.
things. I actually marked this moment of the movie to be like, oh, maybe I should show Ketrin like this exact moment.
Okay.
Until I realized that maybe the whole movie would be this way.
Oh, I see. Got it. Great.
Back to Dolores. Just a quick cut to one kid floating.
Yeah.
And then we just hit them both. Get them help. I'm still screaming.
Dolores.
I'm screaming so much. So this is your first question.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I call it question A because I added it last, but I didn't want to start back at one and change all the other numbers.
Sure.
This is question A.
I'm with you. Okay.
Who dies and who survives the boating accident? So this is a total of 3 points between dad, son, and daughter.
Dad's dead. And daughter is dead. Son's alive.
Oh, also the other thing is, I'm not going to tell you, we're not going to get the answers to the whodunits until the very end.
Got it.
Obviously.
Okay.
There'll be a couple that you'll get to
Okay.
know right away. But back to one little kid floating. Quick cut to the guy on the shore staring.
John?
Back to Dolores. Help
the people!
They're gonna die! And then we see Dad's body floating face down, arms out. That just passes by us in the water. And then we see one little orange life jacket, empty, kind of destroyed, pop up into the water.
Oh, no.
8 years later.
Jeez. Okay.
We're at a big house. Inside is a lady. Mom, ?
Okay.
Starts yelling for kids. Richard, Angela,
Such 80s names.
don't want to be late for the bus.
The bath?
The bus.
Bus.
And then she does a little aside to herself. Oh, goodness, no, that wouldn't do at all. I'm not exaggerating anything I'm doing right now.
Oh, my God.
Also.
So what you're saying is this movie won several Oscars.
Several.
Great.
Several. Some teenagers walk down the steps wearing Camp Arawak t-shirts.
Okay.
I wrote, Mom is a robot. Look what I did. I packed you and your cousin some goodies for the road to camp.
Oh, how lovely.
And Richard's like, are there chips in here? And she's like, oh, yes, a whole bag. Aside, why, I'm almost sure of it.
What is happening?
And she has like a little red string tied around her finger.
Okay. A
And then
remembering string?
Yeah. And then she does more weird mom asides. And I just wrote, the acting, I can't.
This is so funny that we both watched. Like, that's so funny.
And then she's like, I forgot something. I'm sure I did. I even tied a string around my finger.
Oh, no.
And she stares at the string
I'd
forever.
forget my head if it wasn't screwed on my neck.
She stares at the string and then she's like, oh! And then goes and gets something. And she's like, the physicals for camp. You can't go without your physicals, your signed physicals. She's like, don't tell anyone how you got them, though, because I am a doctor after all.
Yeah, Aunt Deborah, Aunt Marge, Aunt Margaret, Aunt whatever the fuck, Dr. Margaret. Okay.
Just making sure that's ringing some bells.
Yep.
All I wrote is, I'm dying. I hate everyone, and Nick, especially Nick Santa Croce.
That's great. I love it. Okay.
Don't worry. By the end, I love you all, but like,
Yeah. I love it.
it's just, let's get on the bus.
Okay.
We're on the bus.
Yeah, let's get on that bus.
And there's a school bus to camp. It's pulling up. Now we're at camp. Kids are running everywhere. First day of camp. You know.
I do.
You've seen it. There's two guys who seem to be like in charge. One is in the shortest shorts of all the shorts.
Oh, he's got some Daisy Dukes on, eh?
But like not jeans, just like the little
Like jogger.
like little
short,
red,
like
yeah,
the 70s shorts.
So there's like an old man, yeah, in 70 shorts, and then short shorts,
Yeah.
and they're like yelling at the kids at where to go, blah blah blah. Then there's like a line of cooks,
okay.
standing there, watching the kids run by. One guy says, "Look at all that young, fresh chicken."
What?
Where I come from, we call them baldies.
What is happening?
Makes your mouth water, don't it?
Oh,
I just wrote, "What the fuck? What is happening?"
I feel so uncomfortable because
And
I feel like he's
then-
talking about children and I feel like he's talking about bald vaginas. I'm just going to go right there.
That's what I thought too.
Oh, God.
That's what I thought. And then
Sidebar, I'm picturing the guy who plays the cook in Wet Hot American Summer saying that. That talks to the can of corn.
Yeah. Well, then his other cook buddy, who seems to be nicer, was like, "They're too young to even understand what's on your mind."
Oh, I want to.
That's a little chuckle.
Oh, God. I want to
And
go
then
away.
first cook says, "No such thing as being too young."
What?
And I just wrote, "Ah!"
Are we?
I'm so upset.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
so upset. And then just has creepy look stares and with like a straw in his mouth kind of thing. And
That's
then like has
literally-
like a laugh.
That's almost the exact dialogue of the rapist murderers from A Time to Kill. when they like, that's what are we watching? What's happening? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here. Goodbye. I'm getting back on the bus.
Something else that you said about your movie last week was like, oh, it's problematic. And I was like, oh, mine too. But in different ways.
Different ways.
So cut to our two kids.
Sure.
Ricky and Angela.
Ricky, don't lose that
They're walking
number.
in, and Ricky's friend Paul comes up and says hi, introduces his cousin Angela, and she just turns away, like
Rude.
looks away.
Okay.
And Ricky's like, she's shy, I guess. First time away from home. So clearly he's like been here before, has some friends, and she doesn't. So Paul then is like kind of walking away, and he's like, oh, Rick, wait till you get a hold of Judy. And he goes, man, oh man, and like holds boobs, imitates boobs.
Oh,
You
God.
know, because she got boobs, I guess, over the
I got
school time.
You know what, Kim? Thank you. I got there.
Yep.
Thanks.
So then Ricky explains to Angela that him and Judy were studies last year.
Oh.
So now he's showing Angela around. We see the Judy.
The Judy.
Talking to older boys.
Well, because she's got boobs now.
Exactly.
That's your ticket to the older boy circle.
Boobs are the ticket.
Boobs. I got 2 tickets to the older boy circle.
Oh boy.
I got boobs real early, and I thought, ooh, man, I got VIP backstage passes. And then I stayed dorky, and everybody else got bigger boobs. And my tickets were revoked.
Yeah, I had some I had a
bazungas.
voluptuous body, some boobs and some ass. And some DSLs, apparently.
I had some voluptuous cheeks and voluptuous hair. Does that count?
You didn't have lion mane hair.
Okay.
Ricky's like, hey, Judy, how you doing? And she kind of looks back and she's like, all right, and turns back away from him. And he's like, guess I'm not good enough for her anymore.
No.
So he drops off Angela at her cabin. She has not spoken
One word.
Okay. And he's like, I'll be in bunk 19, blah, blah, blah. So now he's kind of walking away from the cabin. The older boys have left. So Judy and Ricky start talking. And Ricky's like, weren't those boys a little old for you? And she's like,
No such thing.
don't you know that girls mature faster than boys?
They do.
And she's like, I've got no time for your nonsense. And like walks away.
Queen.
And he's like, excuse me. She's not. Spoiler alert. She's not.
I'll be the judge of who's a queen or not.
Okay.
It's me. And
Okay.
you.
We'll see. I literally wrote bitch.
Well, we know I always relate to the bitches.
You do, but if you relate to her, you'll be I don't know. You're a fucked up person. So Judy goes to her cabin, and we assume the girl, probably like the counselor in charge, tells everyone. She's like, she walks in and she's like, she's telling everyone to unpack, and she's like, the name is Meg. M-E-G.
How else do you spell Meg?
I don't know. She's like, this is Susie. She's the complaint department. Any complaints go to her. So that's the other counselor.
Okay.
So Angela and Judy are in the same bunk. They have
Okay.
like one girl in between them. So there's like 3 beds. And Angela's just sitting there like staring at Judy.
Okay.
And Judy looks over and's like, what are you looking at? Doesn't stop staring at her. And Susie walks up and is like, oh, this must be Angela. Remember Ronnie spoke to us about her? And MEG is like, looks like we got a real winner. And Judy's like, you ain't kidding.
What? Counselor, you can't be a bitch to children?
Yeah,
What the
so
fuck?
clearly like Susie's like the sweet one
Yeah.
and Meg's the bitch. So now we're at the mess hall. All the kids are like eating and I don't know, being loud and singing and shit. And like we watch kind of from a distance. I think it's Meg goes up to the 2 main guys from the beginning. So it's Short Shorts and Old Man.
Got it.
They seem to be in charge of the place.
Okay. Not the cooks that were creepy.
No, Short Shorts and Old Man.
Got it. Okay.
That were just like, hey, go here, do that, blah. So it's the same 2. She goes up and hugs Old Man. And then it looks like she's kind of complaining because we're like not hearing, but she's just like,
Okay.
la, 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 la. So
And
Short
it's who's
Shorts
complaining to them?
Meg.
Meg. Okay.
Short Shorts leaves with her. And as they walk away, old man taps her on the ass.
Problematic.
I'm so upset.
Again, if we had been born in any other era.
Well, they go back to... we say that, but it's because we were born in our era, so this is how we feel about things.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
It's all relative.
Yeah. The generations ahead of us are going to be like, how could they have ever lived?
Exactly.
And I'm like, honestly, I don't know.
So they go over to her table, which is where all like the girls from their bunk are sitting, and Angela isn't eating. So Short Shorts starts talking to her, and he's like sweet, and Meg is like, she hasn't eaten or she hasn't said a word in 3 days.
Jeez.
And Short Shorts is just like, hey, Angela, why don't I take you into the kitchen to see Artie, and we'll see if we can find something you like to eat. And he's like being sweet and genuine. They go into the kitchen to find Artie, who is the creepy fucking cook.
Of course his name is Artie. Like, of course it's Artie.
He's like drinking a beer, and Short Shorts introduces Angela. And he's like, why don't you go like find something for like some ice cream or something like that, And then the phone rings, and someone comes in and is like, Short Shorts, it's for you, an old man. So Short Shorts leaves. So now creepy cook is like, no problem. But we can find something she likes.
Oh God.
Maybe there's something interesting in the
in my
walk-in.
pants.
Back to the mess hall. Ricky comes over to the girls' table looking for Angela, and they're like, oh, she's in the kitchen. Doesn't she eat? She doesn't talk? What's her problem? Is what Meg says.
Sure.
And Ricky's like, leave her alone. She's just quiet. And so he leaves. And Meg goes, if she were any quieter, she'd be dead.
Okay, bitch.
And so Judy and all the girls laugh.
Meg's fired at my summer camp.
So creepy cook is now with Angela in the pantry.
Oh, no.
Which is not the walk-in. I mean, walk-in would be a fridge, but
Right.
this is a pantry. Whatever. It's a different room.
Yeah.
Creepy cook is like, you see anything you like?
No.
Angela, of course, just stares at him.
Right.
Sure are a sweet-looking cupcake, ain't you?
Fuck you.
And he starts to kind of like just walk towards her, and she's like backing up against a wall. And then he starts unbuckling his pants.
No!
And I just wrote, I'm so fucking upset. And he's like,
how old is she-ish?
I want to say they're like early teens.
That's such a bummer.
Like probably like freshmen or something like that.
That's a huge bummer to me. Everything that is happening in this pantry is a bummer to me.
So he's like, think I got something you're going to like real good.
I don't like it. I'm a vegetarian. Goodbye.
The door behind him opens. It's Ricky.
Hi, Ricky.
And then creepy cook starts buckling his pants.
Sure.
And Ricky's like, hey, what are you doing? And creepy cook throws him against the wall. And it's just like, you didn't see nothing.
Oh, man.
And so the two kids like run out, and they run past old man in the kitchen. And old man's like, what's that about?
I don't know. Go investigate.
And creepy cook is just like, guess I scared him. Old man's just like, guess so. Now we're in the kitchen later, and there's a huge pot of water.
Oh, okay.
Like as tall as like a trash can.
Oh, okay.
And skinny. Like, those like skinny silver trash cans?
Yes.
It's basically like that.
And it's full of
Boiling water.
Boiling water?
And they've just like peeled a bunch of corn.
Okay.
So you're going to cook like
a bunch of corn in the
corn for
okay.
1 bajillion kids.
Okay.
Like to the point of like creepy cook comes up and is like, hey, like checking on the water to see if it's boiling. And he needs to like pull over a chair to like stand on the chair to like open the lid to see inside.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. But why is it so tall? What is heating it?
It's on a stove.
It's on a stove. Okay. But it's that
So there's the
tall?
stove and then a pot the size of a trash can on top of the stove.
it. Okay.
Filled with water that they're trying to boil. And so
Okay.
he needs to stand on a chair to see inside.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. Okay. Let's do this. Let's make some fucking corn. Let's make some fucking trash corn. Let's do it.
So I just like I love your questions. I'm just like, you're just trying to make sense of it? Cool. Good luck. You're on the bus, girl.
Okay,
You're at
I'm
camp.
here. I'm here.
No one's taking you home.
Nope.
Get ready. So old man Buddy Cook leaves because, I don't know, he's got to do something else. And so Creepy Cook's salting the water and he realizes the salt is empty and he's like, fuck, and throws it. And then he has to go into the pantry. And now we're watching from behind something, kind of like a point of view of someone else. And someone starts walking in and kind of looking around and hides behind a counter. Creepy Cook comes back in from the pantry and opens up the pot again. And he's like, boiling yet? Atta girl. And starts salting the water. Point of view, walking around the counter, we come up to his dirty white pants butt.
I can see it. You painted such a perfect picture.
And then we see hands push his ass forward. And then we just I need you to watch it.
Okay.
I need you to watch it. It's just constant cuts from one thing to another. So it's just like hands cut to his face of
in
him,
the water.
No. Of him grabbing a wall and being like, hey.
Okay.
Like, so suddenly he grabbed the wall to stop himself.
The wall in front of
him.
Okay.
The wall in front of him.
I thought he was
so
in front of a
like
stove,
maybe
but...
he's like leaning over. He's on like, you know, over the water kind of. He grabs the wall and he's like, fucker, you could have killed me. And then he's like, come on, kid, get me down. I'll make you ice cream. And then we just see hands pull at the chair and Creepy Cook starts screaming. Loves screaming. Ah! And then the hands pull the chair and then we see Creepy Cook fall to the ground with boiling water that had spilled all over him. And he's just like, with first we only see hands. It's just from like forearm up of like melty hands.
That must have been really hot water.
Hold on. Here's visual aid number 1.
Hold on. Here we go. Ready?
So then it cuts down to his face, and his face is like melty. He's just got skin melty, bubbly face. Still screaming. Buddy Cook comes back in and just stares at him, freaked out.
All I saw, so I can't read anything on your page, but all I saw written along the side was still screaming. That's all I could see.
So question number 1.
Okay.
Who is the killer?
That ice cream comment is making me think it's Angela Merkel. I think it's Angela.
Okay. Then an EMT now is wrapping up the Creepy Cook. So now his hands are still up in the air, just wrapped in bandages, and his face is covered in bandage, still screaming. And then they wheel him out.
Okay. I can't wait for you to see the video I just made.
So Short Shorts and Old Man are talking to the doctor because they're clearly the guys in charge. The doctor's like, I don't have a sedative strong enough to help him.
Oh, geez.
Burned all over, especially the face.
Just gonna have to shoot him in the head.
May as well.
Yep.
And they're like, what about his eyes? Too early to tell. Pain must be incredible.
Yeah. Well, he was kind of an asshole, so.
Yeah. See you later. So the old man now is like, well, better get you guys out of here, though, because, you know, we don't want to upset the campers.
Sure.
It was certainly an accident, but we don't want the kids or their parents to know that any of this happened.
Right. Just sweep it under the rug, put a blanket over it, goodbye.
Because this is my camp.
Right.
He basically tells all the other cooks to be more careful and that his buddy cook is in charge now. And he gives them all raises and so that they don't say anything.
Great.
And if anyone asks, Creepy Cook found another job. Okay. Now we're at the boys' cabin, Ricky's cabin. And they're like playing a game. Oh, so Ricky's like very cute and like kind of charming, you know, and he's just like, they're talking to one kid that they call Mozart, who has glasses.
Yeah.
And that kid is laying down on the ground with like a towel over his eyes.
Okay.
And Ricky's basically like giving like an inspiring speech.
Okay.
To him, you know, where he's like, mind over matter. Mind over matter. Da 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 da. And that's what a sit-up is. It's mind over matter. He keeps doing. So they're going to have him do a sit-up. And Ricky's like, 1, 2, 3. He rips the towel off. The kid does a sit-up and his face slams right into another kid's like ass.
Rude.
So, they're just
being kids.
Yeah. So now short shirt counselor comes in.
Kim. Okay, so we got short shorts and short shirt, but both
not
gentlemen.
To be confused.
Okay.
Both gentlemen.
Okay.
When I say short shirt,
are you talking Forever 21 crop top?
I'm talking if you had a t-shirt and you cut it off right at about nipple height.
No.
And that's your shirt for the day. And then some shorts that probably are pretty short too.
That's like a shrug, basically.
That's the shirt you're wearing. Short shirt.
That's a T-shrug.
Your name is Short Shirt for a reason.
All right.
So he comes in and he's like, he's the counselor for their bunk.
What kind of kid would short shirt and short shorts have?
Just
short shit.
That kid has some short shit.
I'll see myself out.
So he's like, hey, the game's on. And he goes and like grabs his baseball glove and they all head out. We're at the baseball field and they start making a bet with the other team. So Ricky's at bat. This went on for a pretty long time.
We just saw like a full-length baseball game.
We watched a full-length baseball game.
9 innings.
Basically, we get to learn about the kids talking shit to each other. Okay. So there's like Ricky and his team. His friend Paul is on the team with him.
Okay.
And then there's the other team led by Bill.
Okay. Who's Paul again?
The kid from the beginning who he's like, this is my friend Paul. It was like one of the first kids that like introduced Angela. And they're like, we're friends.
Okay.
But they're like the best little friends of camp. And so, but Bill
is a dick.
Bill and his friends are the other team.
Okay.
To me, they seem to be like slightly older. They're not as old, I think, as the old boys, but like they're medium.
Right. So. They're medium aged. Yep, yeah. I got it.
Maybe they're juniors, Ricky and his friends are sophomores.
Be overdeveloped, same aged?
Possibly, but it's weird that Ricky and all his friends look the same age and these friends all look the same age, a little bit older.
Fair.
It doesn't totally matter.
No, let's talk about it more.
What are the ages of these boys? What does that mean? Is age?
Who's the end? Good night.
Go on. So, blah, blah, blah. They're talking shit to each other. Ricky's good. He gets on base. Then he gets safe at home. He slides into home plate. Now they switch. Ricky's like, at shortstop. Bill's up.
Uh-oh, here comes Bill.
And
Buffalo Bill.
He starts talking shit. And he's like, eat shit and die, Ricky. And then Ricky goes, eat shit and live, Bill.
What?
Which is like basically one of like the famous lines from this movie.
I don't even get it. Meaning
it's
like
just funny.
Meaning like you'd have to live with having eaten shit. At least I'm dead. Don't have to acknowledge the fact that I ate shit. It's getting existential. Go ahead.
I'll wait. Thanks for ruining the best line of the movie.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
From here.
Yep.
So Bill hits the ball. Mozart stops playing video games for a second to catch it. More talking shit. Ricky catches the ball in the game. They win.
Great.
Ricky and the friends win, and they talk about how they're going to use their money from the bet that they won. So now we're at like a dance ? I guess it turns out it's like the rec hall, but there's kind of like music, and then Bill and his buddies are all talking about how they need more babes because they want to go skinny dipping. And he's like, you can't go skinny dipping with 15 guys and only 5 girls. So his friend Blondie, who's a dude, Angela, is just sitting by herself like on a bench.
Sure.
Staring.
That's what she does.
And she's like eating a chocolate bar or something. And he's like, let's ask Angela. And they're all like, ha, 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 ha. And one of them's like, I've been watching her all week. She's fucked up. And he kind of does a little crazy hands thing.
Yeah.
And then Bill's like, yeah, you should ask her. And he's like, what? You aren't afraid, are you? You aren't chicken? So like, obviously.
Your chicken is impeccable. I am telling you. It is just, it's like, there's... It's like there's a fucking chicken in here right now. It's crazy. Okay, go ahead, chicken.
So it's Mullet and Blondie.
Okay.
And obviously they were called chickens, so they had to go do it.
Right. That's the rule,
Those
Kim.
are the rules of camp. So, and being a boy in the 80s.
Right.
So they go over and start talking to her, and she just stares straight ahead. And then they kind of like start talking shit where they're just like, Angela the nutcake. So
I thought it was a new thing, nutcake, which I loved because I was like, there's fruitcake and then there's nutcase. Maybe they just went nutcake, which I'm into.
Could be both or either. I don't even know.
In my head,
if I fucked it up or that's what they said.
it's always going to be nutcake for me now, forever and always. So thank you.
So old man comes in, goes straight for Meg, MEG.
Sure.
And then our friend Ricky and his friend Paul come in, and they're just feeling hot shit because they won the fucking game. Like Ricky's wearing a fucking cowboy hat. And they walk in and see Blondie and Mullet like making fun of Angela like to her face.
Oh, okay.
And Ricky goes over and he's like, hey, dick face, leave her alone. And Ricky just like curses the entire fucking time. It's so funny. And they start fighting. And then so they start fighting, and then which means all the boys start fighting, and it's just a big pile of
Fighting
teenage
boys. Yeah.
Everyone's basically just watching, except for Short Shirt.
Uh-huh.
Because he's a counselor. He goes in and breaks it up.
Okay.
Question number 2. What kind of shirt is Short Shirt wearing now? This is just going to keep going.
It's still a short shirt.
It's not. It just turns it into something new, which
Okay.
I don't know. Go with something crazy.
Okay. It's mesh.
What color is it?
Mesh. Oh man. I feel a yellow mesh shirt.
I'm going to give you half a point.
Okay. For which?
It's funny that you say it was mesh, because I was like, that's the word I was looking for.
Mesh.
It's blue mesh.
Blue. I knew it was a primary. Can I get 3/4? I literally said primary color. Yeah.
I wrote fishnet.
That's super
Which is
close.
the same, really.
What is mesh? Mesh is like, do you know what mesh is? Mesh is a soccer net. It's like the little squares around.
But that's what fishnet is.
But fishnet.
What's the difference between the two?
I think fishnet is specifically like elasticy, whereas mesh isn't necessarily like form fitting to you. Like it's not necessarily elasticy. Mesh I feel is looser fitting, whereas fishnet to me is like
Then this
more
would
of like
be
an elastic.
fishnet, because it's a skin tight blue.
Shut up. I
Sure.
love it. Great.
So short shirt, blue fishnet.
Okay. I'm looking up mesh real quick. Well, keep talking.
Breaks up the fight. Bill and his boys leave. And then Ricky, I guess everyone ends up leaving. Ricky and short shirt, blue fishnet leave. So Paul is still there.
So this showed up as mesh,
Right?
but then also it looks like we're both right because this also showed up as mesh.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah. And then
exactly that.
Yeah. So we're both right. Moving on. Focus on the right things.
So Angela is, you know what? That was so good. I'm just going to give you the full point.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
Because like, who gets mesh?
I was trying to think of the most ridiculous fucking thing I could think of.
Angela just keeps sitting and staring. Paul goes and sits with Angela and tries talking to her. And he goes, Ricky told me about like what happened to your family. And he's like, I'm sorry about your father. He's like, me and Ricky have been best friends for like 3 years. We always seem to get into trouble together. And he's just like really like sweet, actually. And Judy is watching them from across the room.
Okay.
So a short shirt, blue fishnet calls for bunk 19 and that they got to rally up and go home.
Right.
And so Paul's like, all right, well, good night, Angela, and starts to walk away. And she looks at him and says, good night.
Angela?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
First
Great.
word we've ever heard her say.
Okay.
And he like looks back and then he's like, good night.
Aw.
And he's like all excited and leaves. Judy's been watching the whole thing from across the room. So now it's nighttime. Old Bill is with his boys and they are on the shore of the lake and trying to convince a bunch of girls to go skinny dipping with them.
Okay.
And the girls are just like, why don't you just start without us? So Bill's just like, to hell with you. And
Good one, Bill.
cut to Mullet and Blondie are smoking some weed under the bleachers. And then the rest of the boys run and start like ripping their clothes off. So they're like kind of just see their naked butts running and jumping into the lake and laughing. And the girls are watching. And then Blondie and Mullet come over to the girls and they're like high as fuck and like laughing. And they're like, hey girls, like, why don't you come on this canoe ride with us? Blondie's like too high to even speak. Like he's just like laughing so much. And Mullet's just like, come on, whatever the fuck your name is, take this canoe ride with me. And she's like, Leslie's coming down. Why don't you ask her? So cut to a canoe starting to drive by us.
Okay.
Yep. Leslie, we're assuming, is the girl, and Mullet are in the canoe together.
Okay.
Now they're just kind of like floating, and Leslie has her hand in the water, and it's nighttime. So Mullet's like, be careful, the water snake's gonna get you. And then he starts like rocking the boat back and forth, and he's like, you're not scared, are you?
Dark water
And
is so scary.
I know. And she's like, shut up, stop it. And he shakes it and they both fall in and the canoe tips over upside down.
Oh no.
And she's like, you bastard. And she starts swimming back to shore. And so Leslie gets like back to shore and all the boys are back in their tighty whities, and they're all laughing and they're like, oh, Leslie, did you running into any water snakes?
Oh, so they meant their penises?
They did.
Okay.
They
funny,
did.
Funny.
Yeah.
Super
It was a good
funny.
one.
Yeah.
So, and then Mullet climbs kind of like under the canoe so he can like breathe on the inside. Basically, it's turned upside down. So now he's like inside and he's just like singing to himself. And then someone pops up in front of him. We can't see. And Mullet's like, what the hell are you doing here? And he's like, the boys be interested in seeing you, or something like that. And then this person grabs Mullet's head and holds him underwater.
Shit.
And then the boys are like just yelling at the canoe, like making jokes to Mullet. And they're like, we're leaving. And then Blondie's like, come on, Mullet, let's go. And they're all like, fuck him. He's just being a wise ass.
Sure.
So now it's morning and lifeguard in short shorts, but just another new person.
Right.
I thought he was short shorts, but turns out he's just
someone
another short
else
short
in
wearing
short shorts. Yeah. Got it.
person.
Yeah, they wore real short shorts back then.
Yeah, they did.
I have pictures of my dad where I'm just like, Dad, put some fucking clothes on, dude. Like you are wearing underoos right now. But that's just what they wore.
So the lifeguard is now at the lake area, the shore, and he's like pissed off because there's like literally like chairs in there, like table, like the kids have just been hanging out at night, and he's like fucking screaming and he's like, ah, chairs,
Shaking his fist to the heavens.
And then he like sees the upside down canoe up on the shore and he's like, how the hell did that get there? And he lifts up the canoe, Mullet's dead body.
Mullet!
And then a little snake crawls out of his mouth.
Stop it. No.
There were water snakes.
No.
Question
Oh, it
number
wasn't
two.
just a penis that crawled out of his mouth? Sorry, I was confused. Thank you for specifying.
Question number 2. Who is the killer?
I still think it's Angela.
Okay. He freaks out. The lifeguard and starts blowing his whistle.
Okay.
Now cut to some cops just carrying a body bag.
Right.
And another cop is talking to old man in short shorts.
Okay.
And he's like, far as we can tell, the boy drowned, but it'll be up to the medical examiner to like, you know, check it out.
Confirm.
But now, of course, there's kids watching.
Right.
And old man is just like, well, it was obviously an accident. Definitely an accident.
Right.
And then short shorts is like, I mean, maybe. And the old man's like, it's an accident.
Don't call your parents.
And old man leaves, and short shorts is like talking to the cop, and he's like, I don't know, maybe he's just uptight about bad publicity. And the cop was like, but yeah, were you about to say something else though? And short shorts was like, I don't know. He's like, I mean, I just remember that boy being a damn good swimmer.
Oh.
They're just like, interesting. And the cop leaves.
Yeah.
And
really
everyone-
good swimmers can drown too.
And they're like, okay, back to the bunks. And cut to girls playing volleyball.
Okay.
Angela's sitting on the sidelines.
Let me guess. Very few of them are wearing bras.
I didn't pay attention to if people were wearing bras or not.
That always bothers me in movies from this era. They'll have girls doing like movement type things and they're like completely braless. And I'm like, this is insanity to me. You've never noticed that?
I don't pay attention to if people are wearing bras or not. You fucking...
Me neither.
You just... dirty, creepy cook.
Yep, I am a creepy cook. Water snake!
She's sitting on the sidelines. Paul comes up and she smiles and talks. And Paul's like, hey, do you want to go to the movie at the rec hall tonight? And she's like, I thought we had to go. And he's like, but like together.
And this is Angela. She's just chitter-chatting?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And someone's watching.
Uh-oh.
Guess who? Judy. And Angela's like, all right. And so Judy comes up and she's like, hey, how come Angela gets to talk to the boys all day and we have to play volleyball?
What?
And Meg's like, not fair, huh? And then Judy evil laughs. Mwahaha. And then Meg goes up and tells Paul to leave and scolds Angela for not participating.
Okay.
Basically, she's just like, oh, you can't like not play and then just like sit and talk to boys.
Oh, okay. So the issue is, okay. Got it.
And so then sweet Susie comes up and like defends her and she's like, is there anything you would like to do?
Aw, sweet Suze.
And it looks like Angela says something maybe or doesn't say something.
Great.
And I can't tell. I guess she says, I don't mind watching.
Okay.
That's what she says.
I believe it.
Cut to the end of movie night. All the kids are leaving the rec hall. Paul and Angela are holding hands, walking up the steps out of the rec hall.
Isn't that special?
I know. And he's like, can I walk you back to your bunk? And Judy is behind them staring. And
get some binoculars, Judy, because you're a creep.
For real. Ricky comes up to Judy and Ricky's like, hey, like, quit being so stuck up. Remember last summer? Like, we had some really good times. Like, let me walk you back to your bunk.
Aw.
And Judy's just like, not tonight, Ricky. And walks away.
Rude. Queen status revoked.
Thank you.
Yeah. God.
Paul and Angela are walking and they walk like by the cabin and she's like, where are we going? And he's like, I want to show you something. And so he like pulls her like kind of next to the cabin and he turns and kisses her. And she is a mannequin.
What did she do?
She does nothing. She literally like doesn't move her face and like looks away.
Angela, get it together.
I happened to pause it right at that exact moment to do something else, but then it was so funny that I was like, it's just like.
Are you texting it to me? Oh, she must have not been on set that day because that's just a straight up mannequin.
I'll post this picture.
That's just a mannequin. I don't even know that I could hold myself that nondescriptly if I tried.
Which is like, when I say she just sits and stares, it's basically that all the time. Like she's not really staring. It's just like open dead eyes.
Also, that haircut. Woof.
Open dead eyes. So
thank you for that visual. I appreciate it. I love it.
It makes me laugh so much. So he kisses her. She's a mannequin. And he's like, oh, I hope you're not mad I did that. And she's like, I'm not mad, but I better go in. And he's like, can I get another one? And he kisses her. And she's like, I have to go now. And then she's like, good night. And she goes in. And then Paul's walking away. And Judy comes in and is like, wow, you and Angela are quite an item. Didn't think she was your type.
Yeah.
And she kind of like giggles.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
like
what
a
about
bitch.
me?
Well, you're kind of a bitch, Judy. So
now we're at the boys' cabin and they're all like Ricky and the boys are all like huddled over one of the boys in Mozart with his glasses
the
in
sit-up
bed.
boy?
A sit-up boy. So now he's asleep and they're all huddled around him and Paul comes in just like on cloud 9 and they're like shh, shh, shh. And so they're taking Mozart's hand and putting shaving cream in it.
And then putting his...
And then they like tickle his
him.
nose
Yeah.
and he hits himself in the face.
It was either
with
going to
shaving
be
cream.
that one or it was going to be putting his hand in warm water and
yeah.
making him pee. Yeah.
Been there.
You made someone pee or they made you pee?
Someone did put like toothpaste in my hand once or something like
Okay.
that. Like I woke up with like toothpaste on me.
That's so mean. Kids are just like...
I know. It didn't
and
feel
it's
good.
like, and it's like not even like that funny.
It's
you know
not.
what I mean? Like it's just like you just want to tell kids like you're not gonna think this is cool like
No.
next year.
It's not funny.
Like you don't need to do it.
Yeah. It was like my friend's older sister, like for some reason, like 1 year basically had like a grudge, like hated me, like straight hated me. And it was like my like best friend neighbor who lived on the street that I would go play Ouija board with all the time. So I was at her house almost every day. Like to the point of like me calling sometimes and she being like, oh, Vicky's grounded or something like that. And turns out she wasn't.
Here's
Like,
what's weird to me is like obviously I didn't know you then, but like I also know that like the things you were working on from what I gather were not being like less of a bitch. Like if anything, it was probably more
no, I
like
was
standing up for yourself,
Yeah.
being less shy. So I just can't imagine what you could have possibly done. And like you're not particularly annoying. You know what I mean?
no,
like,
that's what I mean. Like I think she just like decided one year that she
That
was
she
like,
didn't
oh, I don't
like
like
you.
her and doesn't want to come over. But it's like so weird because it's like literally we grew up together, would like go to walk to school together. Like, you know what I mean? It
I
was
would
just
love
like
to like ask her
1
now.
year. She was
Yeah.
just like, you're out.
Yeah. I would
I
love
don't
to
know.
ask her now, like what was your beef that year? Just
I
to like
know,
see what she
right?
says.
Kids are mean.
Yeah.
So Mozart agrees with us.
You're struggling with that word. It's just Mozart. Like a moat around a castle and then Zart, like art with a Z in front of it.
Barry.
Barry. Like your stepdad.
It's because
Barry.
I'm reading. And they
Mozart?
They,
It's just Mozart. Beethoven?
sound and look different in
Sure.
scribbles. It's
I-
just I'm reading scribbles.
I
at
hear
most.
you. I hear you. That's why I'm
And-
here to. I'm just here to help. I'm just here to help. I got you.
You're a bitch.
I know.
I'm about to do what Mozart doesn't do you.
Okay.
He flips out.
Sure.
He literally grabs a knife from under his bed and he's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay,
and
that's a
starts
real flip out.
running around the thing. But
Yeah.
like Ricky's like, ooh.
Ricky.
And they start like kind of like running, but everyone's kind of laughing and like ducking behind beds and stuff. And
Yeah.
Ricky's just like, ooh. And you know, so it's kind of funny. Then short shirt, blue fishnet comes in.
Uh-huh.
What kind of shirt is he wearing now?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Question number 4.
And this is new. It's different.
New.
I think it is a cropped hoodie.
Ooh, good guess.
Okay. What is it?
It's a gray muscle shirt. Like it's
Muscle
a,
shirt.
Like the sleeves have been cut off.
Yes, yes, yes.
He comes in and he's like, hey. He grabs the knife. And Ricky's like, I was just kidding. He's like, give him a break. Like defends Mozart,
Oh, that's
basically.
nice. Okay.
So short shirt, blue fishnet, gray muscle tank. Puts the knife in his stuff, like where he got like his baseball mitt.
Okay.
He sticks the knife in that same little spot.
Like confiscates the knife.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
And he's like, time for bed. And he's like, you too, lover boy, to Paul. Oh. And they all go and jump on him. And they're like, oh, and literally like pile on top of him. Because, I don't know, boys.
Yeah.
I guess just like to pile on top of each other. They just like to jump on each other and then pile up. They're like, you jumped on him. I'm going to jump on top. I'm going to jump on top.
That's
They
what
just
they
really
do.
love to pile up.
Yeah. That when I think of teenage boys, I think of piling up on each
Piling
other.
up on each other. At least in the 80s.
Yeah.
So now it's daytime. We're by the water.
Okay.
And Angela's sitting on the bleachers alone. Standard.
Sure. Being a
Paul
mannequin.
comes and kind of like sits and starts flirting with her. Guess who comes over?
Judy.
She's a bitch. And then we see Judy go and talk to Meg. And Paul like sees them kind of talking and he's like, all right, well, I'm going to go back in the water. Now Meg comes over and she's like, so Angela, you're not going in the water again?
Oh my God. Get
And
off
she's
my
like
fucking
a
ass,
huge
Meg.
bitch. And again, Angela's just staring and not talking. And she's just like, answer me.
No.
Answer me. And she grabs her and starts shaking her. And she's like, answer me,
Oh
bitch.
my God.
And so Short
Aggressive.
Shorts sees this and comes and breaks them up. Now, later, we're in the girls' cabin and Judy, I guess, is like, Judy's like being a bitch. And she's like saying to Meg, she's like, I guess you can thank Angela for getting Meg in trouble or something like that.
No, we can thank Meg for being a bitch and getting herself in trouble.
And Judy's like, how come you never take showers when the rest of us do? And she's like, what are you, queer? And she's like, oh, wait, I know. You haven't reached puberty yet. And she's like, because you haven't gotten your period and you don't want us to see that there's no hair down there. And Susie like comes up and stops her, like kind of yells at her, and they're like fighting, and Susie slaps her in the face.
Nice.
And then is like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And then
Susie.
Angela leaves to go see her. She's
I'm
like,
all for slapping bitches sometimes.
sometimes you gotta slap a bit.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think you should overuse it, but it's like sometimes you got to slap a bitch.
Sometimes you gotta slap a bitch.
Yeah.
So Angela's like, I'm gonna go find my cousin. She's walking through the camp, and Bill's group of boys are on a roof having like a water balloon fight. And Ricky starts to walk out of his cabin. And at that moment, Angela gets hit in the face with a water balloon.
Okay.
And Ricky flips out and he's just like, you cocksuckers! You're gonna fucking pay, you pricks! Like screaming. And then Paul comes out and he runs over to Angela. And as Ricky's screaming at Bill and his friends, old man comes over and he gets Ricky and is like, hey, like, watch it, potty mouth. And he's like, boys, you get down from there. And I was like, didn't their friend like just die? Like, this was like, because it's like Blondie and Bill and like Mullet.
yesterday.
And Mullet died. Like, I don't know. Whatever. So.
Okay.
And
Geostorm!
and old man is like yelling at them to get down and stop water balloon fighting. He's like, those things are dangerous. You could have taken her eye out. Which is pretty much, I think, the biggest concern of the 80s. Is like,
getting your eye
you'll shoot
poked out.
your eye
You'll
out.
shoot your eye
like,
out.
Everyone's so concerned about losing their
Really,
eye.
There must have been like a plague of children losing eyes
Right?
in like the 70s.
Yes.
And so the 80s, they were like, let's not have another one of
Protect
these.
your eyes.
Everyone wear goggles.
There's just too many boners to the face.
Yeah. My eye.
Yeah, be careful.
We can have our fucking playground like made out of broken glass, but watch your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. And so old man tells Short Shorts, he's like, no canteen for a week for these boys. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Canteen.
And then he's like,
That makes me feel like he's saying like water.
I don't
like
know.
no water for you can't
I don't
do
know
that.
what it means. I don't think it means water, but it means it's
Sure.
playtime. I don't know.
Yep.
I mean, he's like, for you either, Ricky, with your filthy mouth. And Paul's talking to Angela, being like, are you okay? Like, she's all right. And like, all the boys are all talking shit and stuff. And so now we're in Bill's cabin.
Okay.
With all his boys. And they're like, oh, we got a baseball game to go play. And Bill's like, all right, but I got to take a huge jump first. So he goes into the bathroom stall. Oh, no, he said wicked dump. Because again,
we're
a
in
lot of them are
Boston or
still
something.
some type of Boston, New York
I gotta
accent.
take a wicked dump. I can be reached at for any voiceover acting gigs that require impeccable accents. Please visit my website for bookings.
Can you do it again?
I gotta take a wicked dump.
Great. That was really good. So he goes into the bathroom stall. And now we have a close up on the little handles of the bathrooms. And we see a wooden stick being pushed through. So the door can't be opened anymore. And then we see a screen, which is, I guess, above and behind him, ? I don't like a window screen.
Okay.
And then a knife. Maybe that looks like the one that we've seen before.
Like a knife that was confiscated.
Stabs through the screen and then like rips down it.
Oh no.
And then Bill's like, hey, who's playing games? We're not seeing, we're just seeing the screen. You know what I mean?
That would be the worst time to die while you're taking a dump. Man.
Well, just wait, because then a stick with a bee's nest on the end gets put through the screen.
Oh, no.
And then Bill tries to leave and he can't get out. And then the nest drops down on him, we're assuming. And then we just hear him screaming. Forever. And then bzz, 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 and then he falls on the ground with crazy bites all over him that actually look like raspberries.
Foley jobs. You can reach her at her website. She can make any sound effect you want.
So he's got crazy bites all over him that like just covered that literally look like smushed raspberries.
Right.
Bees. Oh, and then like his entire face is just covered in bees.
Got it.
Question number 5. Who is the killer?
Well, now it's pointing me to little Mozart. But so Mozart. I'm going to say Mozart for this.
Okay. Cut to the old man.
Yes.
He's talking to Short Shorts and he's like, I'm finished. And he's like, how many do we have left? And Short Shorts says about 25.
Lord.
And old man's like, we may as well shut down. And I'm like, you may as well.
Yes, you should have shut down at the first one.
Why are you not shutting down?
It was the 80s.
Why are there still 25 kids left at this camp?
Yeah.
So, and he's like, all right, well, let's just finish the summer and we'll consolidate the bunks tomorrow.
I mean, that is one thing they talk about, that there were like literally no safety precautions or concern for children's safety in the 70s and 80s.
So they're like, we're going to consolidate the bunks tomorrow. But old man's like, yeah, well, make things easier for the killer. And Short Shorts is like, we don't know anything for sure yet. And old man's like, I've known all along. I've seen the hate in his eyes and I'll stop him. And Short Shorts is like, you're talking crazy. And old man's like, maybe.
Okay, old man. If you fucking know who the killer is, perhaps call the cops. Perhaps shut down your camp. Perhaps do one of any of these things.
Maybe I'm just imagining.
Yep.
Maybe.
Oscar.
Again, not exaggerating. So clearly a bunch of kids have gone home, but for some reason there's still 25. They're consolidating the bunks.
Sure.
So now some of them will be empty.
Their parents are busy, Kim.
Exactly.
They're busy.
So question number 6. Who does old man think is the killer?
Old man thinks the killer is interesting. I was about to say creepy cook, but then I remembered that he was boiled. I should have remembered. He said he. I'm gonna say it was only 8 years ago that the accident happened. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say the guy on the shore that was calling to say that Dr. Marge was coming into town. Whatever the fuck.
Okay. Now it's nighttime. Angela is outside of the cabins looking around. No clear direction of looking. Really just... Again,
she's
it's
powered
a
down.
Visual situation, but it's really just...
Got it. Just, okay. So her head is moving.
I've been told to look for something.
Ah, I see.
My direction is to look here for looking for something.
Got it. Okay.
Point of view from behind the bushes watching her. And point of view, we start moving slowly towards her. A hand grabs her. Who is it?
It's her little boy. Yay.
Paul. And he's like, boo.
Boo.
And she's like, I thought you were the killer. And he's like, I don't believe that. That's just a joke that got out of hand. And he's like, let's go to the lake.
A joke that involved people dying?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was just a joke? Okay. Funny joke.
So it's nighttime. They're like running on the beach and then have a little kiss.
Right.
And Angela actually like, they're like kissing. And so Angela like kicks his leg out from under him, kind of like trips him. And then she runs away and then he's chasing. It's like cute. And they're like playing tag or whatever. And then now they're laying on the sand and he's on top of her like kissing. And he starts to kind of like unbutton her shirt. And she's like, no, don't. And he's like, come on, I'm not doing anything. And I was like,
problematic.
Enthusiastic consent. Enthusiastic consent.
What? Oh,
No
God.
means no.
No means no.
Ah!
Problematic. Oh, God. Okay.
Because he's not even like a bad kid. Like,
No,
like,
it's
he's
just like that's
it's
what he
just
was
like,
taught.
She literally said, no, don't.
Yeah, and he's like, maybe I'll ask again.
And he's like, I mean, I'm not even doing anything.
no, you are doing something that she is saying no to.
Enthusiastic consent.
Yes. You should,
Yes means yes.
gentlemen, you should want enthusiastic
Right.
consent. You should want someone
Who
to
wants to
want
do
to have sex
anything
with
someone
you?
that's half-assing it?
Yeah. Nobody wants that.
If you're not gung-ho, who fucking wants to do that anyway? Like, come on.
Come on.
Come on. Flashback.
Oh.
The two little kids from the beginning giggling in a doorway,
Okay.
watching Dad and Guy from the shore in bed together.
Oh, like little boys?
Little boys.
Okay.
Cut to the kids sitting across from each other in a bed, and then the boy just pointing at the girl, and we're like spinning around them. It's not even like we're in a room, it's just like a blackness around them with a bed, and he's just pointing, and then gets closer and closer.
Okay.
Cut to her being like, no, and pushes Paul off her, and she runs away.
Okay.
Now it's daytime. They're playing Capture the Flag.
Love that game.
Short shirt, blue fishnet, gray muscle tee is there.
Uh-huh.
What's he wearing?
It's green. I feel it in my bones. And it's a all right, I'm just gonna go here. It's a green, I'm picturing like a lime green polo shirt, like a Lacoste polo shirt.
Good guess. It's actually, I think maybe, they're sporting a little bit. So it's like a red football jersey sort of thing.
Okay.
So anyway, he's explaining the rules to everyone. And
I feel like I get his wardrobe.
You do.
I'm just not picking the right articles for each day.
right.
Yeah.
So the kids are all playing behind them. It's actually funny because he explains Capture the Flag, which I think is more of like a sleuthing game, but it's really just like as if they directed the extras behind them to just run in circles. Like they're like drew a line of a circle and they're like run at each other within this small space.
Yeah, that's not how Capture the Flag works.
Paul and Angela are just talking in front of them.
Capture the Flag is like a strategy war game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Paul's apologizing. And he's like, I didn't think I was doing anything that bad or something like that. And Angela's like, I just wasn't ready. And
It wouldn't be
Paul's
that bad if she had said yes.
Right. And Paul's like, I understand. But Angela, he's like, I understand. And he kind of like goes to like hug her a little bit, but she pushes him away and leaves.
Right.
Judy
Judy
comes over and says to Paul, oh, just let her go. She's so small.
Small? Prude?
Small.
So she literally says small?
And I think because
She means
Judy
her
has
tits?
boobs.
Fucking Judy.
And then she gives Paul some weird, creepy, flirty question mark eyes.
Oh.
She's just like, why don't you let her go? She's so small.
Judy, calm down.
So now
Calm
Angela's
down.
walking and Ricky runs up and he's like, I have a plan to get their flag. And he's like, I go in one way, you go in the other. We cut through the woods right here. he's like, from what I can tell, their flag is going to be right up there past the trees. He's like, you go here, and in 5 minutes, I'll go in from the other side. It's foolproof. Which, if I learned anything from plans in the 80s from summer of 84,
it's not. Anytime someone says foolproof, it means it's the opposite of.
You're in trouble. So they're going to cut through the woods, but they're like separating. Mm-hmm. So Ricky's walking, and he starts to hear talking, and we hear someone being like, it's okay, no one will see us. And we see in front of him Paul and Judy kissing.
Oh no! Angela's gonna be sad.
And so Judy's the one being like, it's okay, no one will see us.
Right.
And then she kisses Paul, and then they separate, and right behind them is Angela. Paul sees her. Angela runs away. Paul runs after her, and Judy just stands there laughing.
Judy, God.
And Ricky's like, you're a real scumbag, Judy. And Judy's like, fuck you, Ricky. You're just jealous.
Fuck Judy. Get out of here. Get out of here, Judy.
Cut to the water, the lake. Kids are playing. Angela's sitting on her bench alone.
Uh-huh.
Paul comes over.
Staring. Yeah.
Staring. Good job. Paul comes over and apologizes. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm really sorry. He's like, she wouldn't leave me alone. Please just give me another chance. Angela stares. Judy comes over.
Oh, Judy.
She's like, wow, you're back together so soon. I mean, Angela, you're really forgiving, especially after he told me about what a prude you are.
I knew it. I knew prude was going to come in somewhere. This was the era. This is what killed me. Women were made fun of for being prudes, but then also made fun of for being sluts.
True.
That fucking really chaps my asshole. That really pisses me off. Like that fucking...
Me too. I got a real chapped asshole for that one.
It really bothers me. Okay.
I agree with that. Like, what do you want
What do you
from
want me to do?
What do you fucking want from me?
Do you want me to fuck things or not fuck things?
Fuck things or not fuck things?
How about...
I want to do what I want and you shut the fuck up about it. How about that?
How about you don't worry about who I fuck?
Yeah. How about you get out of my fuck business?
Yeah.
Fucker.
Quit chapping my asshole.
Chapping my asshole. So I can fuck who I want.
Or not.
Or not.
Either one.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, God.
My fuck business.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to Vera clip that out.
Paul, alert eyes, looks at her and is like, I can't believe she just said that. And he's like, I gotta go. And then Judy's just more of a bitch to Angela. And she's like, come on, let's go for a swim. And Angela just stares with her big eyes.
Sure.
Her big dead eyes. Now, Ricky is walking. Oh, Ricky. I was thinking it was Paul.
Oh.
Paul left.
Okay.
Ricky.
Yeah.
We know Ricky.
Yes. Nice to see you again,
Ricky's
Ricky.
walking. He's got a towel. He's like in his bathing suit. So clearly he's going down to like the lake where everyone else is. Or I'll spoiler alert for you. Turns out they're very close to the lake. It's just from like the angle the camera's on. We don't know that.
Got it.
Like,
Okay.
We don't know.
Okay.
But he bumps into the old man and the old man's like, hey, how's your summer? And Ricky's like, okay. He's like, I mean, aren't too many guys around anymore. Hard to get a game together without
they're dead.
Because people have been dying and then they went home.
Deceased.
But we can't play a baseball game without that many people.
But they died.
Yeah, and the old man's like, yeah, it's a shame so many had to leave.
Oh.
So
no, they know that they're dead. Right?
yeah, well, like a couple died and then
some had to leave. Okay. I just, for one split second, I was like, were no kids around, and so they told the kids that these particular kids who had died had actually left. But no,
but only a couple people. But you remember the discussion of being like, how many are left?
I do.
25.
Yeah.
That means a shit ton of people left the camp.
Yes. I just for
That's
a
what they're
second
talking
was
about.
like, maybe they lied to the kids that.
No, that's why people left camp.
Okay.
We're assuming. I mean, again, it's never
Who
talked
knows?
about.
Yeah. Okay.
That is why.
Yeah.
So cut back to Judy and Angela Judy's still being a bitch to Angela. She's like, come on, let's go for a swim. What are you afraid? And then MEG comes up and she straight is like, they're being a bitch, and she straight picks up Angela, and she's like, come on, let's go in the water. Angela starts freaking out. Now Ricky,
they have a lot of stamina for being bitches.
I know. So Ricky sees this happening now, and he's like, fuck. And he's like, gotta go save his cousin. Old man grabs his arm, and he's like, oh, is this gonna be like all the other times where you go and save her? He's like, I saw you. And he's like, how are you gonna do it this time, huh? What, another drowning? What? You killed them to destroy me.
What?
And so now the girls are like, have run onto like the pier.
Yeah.
And Short Shorts grabs Old Man and is like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And Meg throws Angela into the water. Ricky runs down after her. The lifeguard and Ricky both jump in, and they pull out Angela. And she's like coughing and like, And Ricky brings her back up to her bench. And he's like, it's okay. And he's like, I won't let them get away with this. I promise. And he kind of has like a little bit of a dark stare.
Okay.
And now Short Shorts is having a meeting with the counselors.
Okay.
And he's like, the only activities we have for tonight are a social at the rec hall at 9. And Eddie, you're taking your little darlings for a camp out on the lake. Everyone else is on tonight except for Meg and somebody else. And so Meg has the night off. And she immediately goes to Old Man and is like, hey, I have the night off. Remember that dinner you promised me at your place?
What?
And
How
Old Man,
old is Old Man?
I mean,
Old.
Like,
I'm picturing like 70.
what is age?
I mean,
But like, I have a problem with it.
yeah.
Like,
Because like camp counselors are like 18.
exactly. I mean, he's
17
definitely
sometimes.
like graying,
Yeah.
and not in like a premature,
like a
way.
or silver fox kind of way.
Like, let me just find a picture, and you
Okay.
can decide for yourself how much you feel,
Okay.
how old he is. Oh, this is them. This is Meg and Old Man.
Too old.
Exactly.
No, that he's like
She is that age, and he is that age,
he's like easily 70.
and she's easily
17.
17. Yeah, maybe not even 18.
I'm so upset by this. Goodbye. That's not right.
Just one of the many.
Yeah.
So Meg, she's like, remember that dinner you promised me at your place? And Old Man's like, yeah. He's like, why don't you come meet me at like 9:30? So Meg goes back to her cabin, and she's like happy as fuck. And
Girl, you okay.
is like, there's like a line, or, you know, Judy's like, why are you so happy? And she's like, I have a date tonight.
What is happening? What is happening?
I don't know.
Like I'm not even being like, oh, he's not even an attractive older. He's like a grandpa.
Your dad/grandpa.
Yeah, like he's not like the what are you going to talk about? Like what do you?
I don't know.
Oh, she's got daddy issues.
Right.
Let's find her a therapist.
At least date like Short Shorts or something.
Right.
But like, I mean, go for fucking short shirt, blue fishnet. He's cute.
In all honesty, even go for someone just a decade younger than that guy. We'd still be
Whatever.
like, what are you
Too
doing?
old. Yeah, but come on.
Yeah. Oh man.
So she's giddy as fuck. There's a line for the shower in their cabin. So she's like, oh, is the water still on next door? Because remember, they consolidated cabins.
Oh, right.
So the one next door is completely empty now. So she goes in there to take a shower.
Bad idea.
Angela just is sitting there and like watches this happen, staring.
Right.
As she does.
Mannequinized.
So it's an empty cabin. So it's like dark except for like the lights on in like the bathroom. And we kind of like see the door open. Just like, it's like we're just looking at the cabin. We see the shadow of the door open.
Got it.
And then we go in.
Because she's in the shower now.
She's in the shower now. And then stab!
Hey.
Stab through the wall question mark that is now into her back question mark, and then just a slice, like we just see the knife stabbing into the wall where blood then comes out, and then we see her and she's against a wall and seems upset, and then the knife going down, dragging down the wall with more blood coming out, and then her being upset. And then knife hand pulls the shower curtain aside and rinses the knife off and then turns the water off.
Okay. So here, the information that I need to take away from this is that Meg was stabbed.
Meg
is dead. Okay. So you know what? I'm just going to take that information and file it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to untangle these other knots that you put into this storyline you're telling me. Is that fair to you?
I don't know what knots there are. It's just how it's filmed. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. I think
I'm just explaining to you how
it's filmed.
I visually watched it.
Great. Okay.
That's what I saw.
Meg is dead. I got it.
Question number 9. Who's the killer?
I'm going to go back to... what if I did something cray and I said it's like fucking camp counselor, like old man's like wife or some shit, or partner, old man's partner.
That happens. Okay. Cut to nighttime in the woods.
Okay, get out of there.
Go home. That's why I didn't play this Day Alive game, because the answer is always just like, leave the camp.
Leave the camp.
Leave the camp.
Goodbye. Mom, pick me up.
Call your mom, leave the camp.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Just constantly.
Yeah.
So that's why we're playing Who Done It.
Yeah.
So Eddie, who we don't know who the fuck he is. He's a counselor. The one that was like, you darlings are camping out tonight.
Sure.
So he's with his kids. They seem to be a little bit younger, maybe more like 10ish.
Middle school. Okay. Why am I even? Yes, sure. A little bit
I'm
younger.
going to say 10ish.
Okay, got it.
10sies, 9sies, 10sies.
9sies, 10sies.
And he's, walking them through the woods with a flashlight, and they're all carrying their gear. And he's like, all right, you guys set up and I'll go get firewood. Cut back to Angela leaving the rec hall. Spoiler alert, Angela's staring, Judy's being a bitch.
Yeah.
Angela's leaving the rec hall right as Paul's walking in, and Angela is like, hey, where's Ricky, her cousin? And Paul's like, oh, he's back at the bunk. He was feeling sick after dinner, so he might come out later. And he's like, I'm really sorry about what I did. And he's like, can you forgive me, please? And he's like, I didn't mean what I said. I was just pissed off. Then who comes in?
Judy.
Judy and Blondie. Remember Mullet's high friend Blondie?
Yeah.
They walk out of the rec hall holding hands, and she's just like, excuse us, kids.
Oh my God.
And they walk away, and Paul's just like, I really hate that girl.
Judy, this is your peak. I just want you to know, unless you clean up your act, it's all downhill from here.
We know that you grew boobs, but
I gotta tell you.
So he's just like, please, I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Angela just like turns away and then says, meet me at the waterfront after the social, and leaves.
Oh.
Cut to,
and bring your water snake.
Cut to the little boy campers all asleep in their sleeping bags. Mm-hmm. One wakes up and he's just like, I'm cold, Eddie. He's like, I want to go back. And then another one wakes up and he's like, me too. Ugh. And they were like, it's cold, please.
Oh my God.
And Eddie's like, go back to sleep. They're like, but we're cold. And he's like, all right. Okay, come on. We'll walk up to the car.
Kim's also available for kid impressions.
Blah, Eddie.
All right, so he's like, we'll walk back up to the car.
Of 5 to 10-year-olds?
Yep.
5 to 15-year-olds.
She's
not
available.
sure the age. So he's like, all right, we'll walk back up to the car. So him and those two leave while the other ones are just left there sleeping their sleeping bags. Point of view, someone looking at the sleepers.
Oh no.
Through the bushes.
Oh no.
That walks up closer to them and maybe sees an axe. I'm not sure.
Is it the axe from Bad Samaritan?
Probably. Cool. So back to the rec hall. Old man walks in and he's like, "Hey, Susie, where's Meg?" And Susie's like, "I don't know. She's off tonight." And he's like, "I know. She was supposed to meet me over an hour ago." And Susie's like, "Did you check the bunks yet?" And the old man's like, "Not yet. But if you see her, tell her I'm looking for her." So cut to the bunk, Judy's bunk. And her and Blondie are making out on the bed. They're just like sitting up making out, and Judy just pulls away and she's like, "Do you have to kiss so wet?"
Oh my god. What a bitch. I mean, do you though?
And
Dial it back, Blondie.
They hear footsteps coming, and so Blondie hides under the bed. Old man walks in and sees Judy on her bed, and he's like, "Not going to the social tonight?" And she's like, "No, I'm tired, just going to bed early." And she's like holding a magazine, basically like laying on her bed. And he's like, "Oh, have you seen Meg?" And she's like, "Last time I saw her was like after dinner. She was going next door to take a shower." And he's like, "Okay." And then he says something about like, "You're going to hurt your eyes and with the lights off in here trying to read."
Oh, yeah. That was also a thing in the 80s where it was like, don't hurt your eyes, turn a light on. What is with eyeballs
very
in the
important
80s?
in the 80s.
Yeah, God.
Eyeballs were very important.
There must have been a scarcity of eyeballs or something. It was like, you only get these
You
two.
don't want to poke them out.
No, there aren't any. Yeah.
You got to read with your lights on.
Yeah.
Don't want to hurt them.
Preserve those eyeballs.
Blondie pops back out now the old man left. Now he wants to leave because he's like, I don't want to get caught.
Right.
So he starts to leave and Judy's like, "Okay, chicken shit."
She's such a cunt.
He leaves. She pouts. So now we're at the bunk next door. Old man goes in looking for Meg, goes into the bathroom, and we see kind of like her clothes hanging on the wall. And then suddenly a body falls through the shower curtain and pulls down the full shower curtain. And Meg is dead on the floor with that big line down her back.
Sure.
I don't know how the body fell right at that moment and was not falling at any other moment.
Kim, suspend your disbelief.
But that's the moment it happened.
Yep.
And so now Meg is dead on the floor and old man goes, "Not you, Meg. He did this to get back at me."
I don't think people understand what dead means in this movie. Everyone seems like just a little chill about death.
He's like, I had him. Forgive me, Meg." He's like, "But now I gotta stop him."
Okay. Like, I feel like they think they're still playing capture the flag.
It's
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, their eyeballs are still intact.
Right?
So
what's the problem?
yeah.
You might be dead, Meg, but I see you still got both your eyeballs.
Yep.
So,
I mean, don't need to be that concerned.
nope. Sure don't.
Cut back to Judy. She's curling her hair in bed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
Like you do.
Yep.
And the door opens and she's like, "Blondie, is that you?" And there's like a person just standing in the doorway, but it's all backlit. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Who is that?" And the door closes and she's like, "Well, whoever it is, don't turn the light on or I'll have to go to the stupid social."
What? Okay.
So now we're point of view walking up to her. And Judy's like, "Oh, it's you. What do you want?" Punch in the face.
Oh, damn.
Judy.
Damn. But deserved.
So now, like, we see hands pick up Judy's feet. So she's laying on the bed.
Okay.
But I mean, we don't ever see her full body. We just see the feet be put up there.
Do we see the hands?
So, yeah. And so we assume that she's like passed out-ish or whatever. And then a hand puts a pillow over her head. And then now we see the shadow of the curling iron above her. And it's slowly moving down, down, and then starts to open. And then a muffled scream and shadow hands raise up.
A lot of Muppet arms in this
movie.
movie.
A lot of Muppet arms. So this was shadow Muppet arms.
Sure.
Muffled screaming. Shadow Muppet arms.
Right.
Pillow over the face. And then the shadow Muppet arms slowly fall down.
Oh, no.
And legs fall to the ground next to the bunk, and then the bed is just kind of pushed on top of her.
Oh my heavens to Betsy. The reason I was asking about the hands, are the hands gloved?
No.
Can we tell the gender of the hands?
No.
We cannot tell the gender.
No.
Okay.
It's unclear.
All right.
Question number 10. Who is the killer?
I'm going back to Angela.
Okay. Back to Eddie in the woods with his little kids.
Okay.
He took the two that are cold away. He's walking back to his other kids. They're all stabbed.
All of them are stabbed?
We just see blood and cotton sleeping bags.
Oh, no.
Sleeping bags with cotton and blood. That's all we see.
Oh, no.
He throws up and he's like, help, and runs away.
See, he seems to understand death.
Yeah, he did have a visceral reaction to the cotton and blood.
Yeah, he seems to get it.
Question number 11. Who is the killer, Katrin? Who done it? Who done it?
All right. So I'm going to go back to the guy on the shore. That's so rude to like kill kids though. Like everybody else I was like is kind of pissing off somebody. These little kids didn't do shit.
No, they were just sleeping in their sleeping bags.
Yeah.
So cut to Ricky walking into the rec hall. A counselor stops him and is like, hey, the social's over. Go back to your bunk. And Ricky's like, come on, man, give me a break. I just got sick from dinner. I just want to go grab a quick bite. And the counselor's like, okay, well, make it snappy. He walks in. The lights go out. Social's over. He walks back out with a bunch of candy. So now he's walking alone and we hear a phone ringing and we hear hello.
On what planet would several people at your camp die and you would walk anywhere alone? I don't care who you are. Like literally anyone.
Katrin, suspend your disbelief.
Okay, I'm suspended. I'm suspended high into the air.
Just look. Has anyone's eyeballs been hurt?
No, they haven't. You're
No.
right. You're right.
No
You're right.
one's
You're right.
eyeballs were hurt.
You're totally right.
So don't look at my notes.
I can't see them. I can only see
No
Post-it.
one's eyeballs were hurt. So what do we have to worry about?
So we're fine.
it's
we're
the
good.
80s.
Yeah.
So he's walking. We hear a phone ring. Someone answers and says, hello, speaking. He walks by. It's Short Shorts on the phone.
Okay.
And then he's like, we hear Short Shorts be like, what? Oh, God, no. A hand reaches out and grabs Ricky by the neck.
Oh no.
And we hear Short Shorts be like, 3 of them? Okay, I'll get them now. Old man is with Ricky.
In a
Has
headlock.
Ricky in a headlock in the woods.
Got it.
And he's like, I got you now. It's my turn. And Ricky's like, get the fuck off me. Leave me alone.
Yeah, old man.
And old man's like, what? Like you left Meg alone? And he slaps him in the face.
Jeez.
And Ricky falls to the ground. And Ricky's like, I didn't do anything. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. And old man is like, kneels down over him. And then again, it's like the camera's always cutting off most of what we're looking at.
Right.
So we're just seeing old man and he starts slapping below him. Slap, 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 slap. And then just starts hitting his arms straight down. Liar, 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 liar.
oh my God. What a fucking spazoid.
Got to a counselor outside of one of the bunks smoking. Short Shorts runs up and he's like, find all the counselors and have them meet me in my shack right away. Cut back to old man. Liar, liar, liar. I got him just like I promised, Meg.
Oh my God. Oscar.
We hear a twig snap. Old man says, wait, I gotta get away.
No, he doesn't. Are you kidding? He says that?
He does.
Oh my God. Okay.
And he runs through the woods and out into the archery area.
Right.
Standing right in front of an archery
Target.
Yep. And then he sees someone and he says, it can't be you. And that someone we see is holding an arrow. And then old man says, it can't be. It can't be. Arrow through the neck. Directly through his neck.
It can't be. Okay, here's who I'm going to go to.
Question number 12.
Yeah.
Catherine, who done it?
Now-
Who done it?
Now I'm going to say it's the dad from the beginning who didn't really die.
Who done it? Catherine, who done it? So, now a cop car with lights pulls up. Short Shorts is with the counselors. The cop comes out and he's like, all right, counselors, all of you go back to your kids and make sure everyone stays inside.
Oh, no. Get these kids out of this camp. Get these kids out of this camp.
Susie runs up and she says, Angela and Judy are missing. And then short shirt, blue fishnet, gray muscle tank, red football jersey.
Oh my God, I can't wait till there's more. Is he still in the red football jersey now?
Oh no. Oh fuck, I missed a question. This is a new shirt.
Okay, new shirt.
Okay. This will be an added question.
Okay.
This will be 13.
Okay.
13. What shirt is he wearing now?
Okay. We've already had a blue. We've had a red. Have we had a yellow or I just guessed? I think I just guessed yellow.
There's yellow in it.
Okay. This
We
one
can
I'm
do less the colors, but it's very much an 80s situation.
I'm gonna go for a polo shirt this time because he was just at the social.
Sorry, no.
What is it?
It's an Adidas jumpsuit.
I'm sorry. What? Jesus Christ. Okay. What color is it? Just curious.
So it's actually like not a matching one because it's just like dark pants with I think white
the movie
stripes.
didn't have the budget for that.
And then yeah, I mean it wasn't like a branded.
Right.
It was just 3 white stripes and then it was like a black t-shirt with like 3 yellow stripes down the side.
He would have looked better in a polo shirt.
So short shirt, blue fishnet, gray muscle tank, red football jersey, Adidas jumpsuit walks up.
Right.
And he's like, what's all the fuss? And Short Shorts is like, there's a killer on the loose. No one leave their bunk.
Sir, there's been a killer on the loose. Sir? Where do you think these other... What?
So short shirt, blue fishnet, gray muscle tank, red football jersey, Adidas jumpsuit is like, Paul and Ricky haven't come back yet.
Uh-huh.
What is their plan now? And what is your plan now?
Okay. My plan is to hitch a ride with the cops. Hey, excuse me, cops?
This is the plan with the cops. This is everyone's plan. To get the counselors and the cop together, say...
Okay, and who's missing?
Angela and Judy and Paul and Ricky.
Okay.
None of them have come back yet.
They're going to organize a fucking search party for these missing kids. And they're going to get fucking picked off one by one, eyes intact. My plan is to leave the camp. I'm leaving the camp. Come hell or high water. I'm out of here. Goodbye.
So that's going to be question 14.
Okay.
And
yay!
for all our viewers playing at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cop, basically Short Shorts is like, we better go look for them. And the cop was like, all right, everybody out in pairs, look everywhere you can think of, even the empty cabins. Because it's just one cop.
Right.
One singular cop.
And then there's me going, before you do that, can you just give me a real quick ride back into town? Because I have an appointment.
Because
to not
I
die.
need I have an eye thing.
Right.
I got an eye appointment.
Call
Oh my God.
Call the hospital people.
She has an eye problem. Save her. There's an eye problem. So cut now to Paul at the waterfront.
Sure. Oh,
looking
because
around.
Angela said to meet him there.
Exactly. So he's looking around and then we see Angela and she's got a little bit of a crazy hair situation going on right now. And she's like,
sort of a Muffy Buffy situation.
It is
for
a
Maple
Muffy Buffy
Falls.
situation.
Yeah.
So she's like, let's go swimming. And Paul's like, now? With our clothes on?
But the water snakes.
And Angela's like, take them off. So Paul's like, okay. Water to the face.
That's why the 80s was concerned with eyes. Because
So
people were
many boners to the
constantly
face.
getting hit in the eyes with boners.
Yeah, they kept poking their eyes
They
out with their
did.
boners. So cut back to all of the pairs of counselors,
Right.
and the singular cop, looking through the woods with their flashlights. The cop with his buddy, who I think is a short shirt, blue fishnet, gray muscle tank, red football jersey,
Adidas
jumpsuit, finds a candy wrapper on the ground.
Who had
He
candy?
picks it up.
Who got candy? It was it Ricky or Paul? Fuck. It was Paul. Paul had candy. No.
It was Ricky. Remember,
was
Ricky
Ricky?
got sick.
And then he was the one who wanted food.
Yeah, and he went and he grabbed candy.
Oh,
And then he's walking down the street by himself eating candy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, doesn't matter.
Okay.
But he picks up the candy wrapper, takes 2 steps, and then sees Ricky.
Oh, hello,
on
Ricky.
the ground with some tiny bit of blood on his face. And then he's like, and they're like, he's alive. So they're carrying him back and they hear a girl screaming. Another counselor, a girl counselor, comes out of the cabin and says, it's Meg. It's so horrible. And she starts crying.
Oh, they found Meg. Okay.
So the cop runs in there and comes back out very stunned. Just stunned as to what he'd just seen. Oh, no. And this cop 100% is wearing a fake mustache.
Sure.
1,000,000% fake mustache.
It's like drawn on with Sharpie.
It's a stick-on. It's a bought at the store stick-on mustache.
Got it.
Just a little.
He used some Scotch tape to stick it on there.
Yeah, it's like you can see the square cutout of the stick-on
Oh,
part.
no.
Definitive stick.
Why
fake
not
mustache.
just have a mustacheless cop?
Gidred.
I'm sorry. That was crazy. Crazy talk. Crazy
Caps
talk.
don't go mustacheless. They got to protect the upper lip.
That's crazy talk. You're right.
It's the 80s.
Yeah.
You got to protect your upper lip and your eyeballs.
I was talking crazy.
So, Short Shorts and Susie are a team.
Right.
They're a looking for the lost kids team.
Right.
They're searching somewhere else. And they're calling names, Judy, Angela, Paul, Ricky. And then they hear something. And they're like, listen, it kind of sounds like singing. And they're looking around. The flashlight goes out. Of course
it does.
But he's like, it's coming from over there. They look over there and they see what looks like the back of maybe Angela, who's maybe topless, question mark.
Oh.
And she's humming and Paul's head is laying in her lap and she's stroking his head and humming.
Oh.
And Short Shorts and Susie come up behind her and they're like, Angela, are you all right? Shocker. She doesn't answer.
Doesn't answer.
But keeps humming. And cut to crazy mom from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to enjoy living with us so much. As a present, I got you some wonderful new clothes.
Okay.
And it's Ricky's crazy fucking mom,
Right.
talking to a little kid with bandages all around their head.
Okay.
And she starts holding up dresses. And she's like, I always wanted a little girl, but my husband left. Well, that's all water under the bridge. I always dreamed of a little girl just like you. I mean, I already have a little boy. Oh. So another one simply would not do. Oh, no. A little girl would be so much nicer. Don't you think so, Angela? Angela. That's such a lovely name.
Oh, no. I see
think
what's
that
happening.
means angel.
Oh, no.
I know you're really going to like that name.
Oh, dear.
Won't you, Peter?
Oh, dear.
And a little boy with his head all wrapped up looks up. The little boy from the beginning.
Right.
Cut to
Yep.
Angela of today, standing up with crazy eyes.
Yep.
Paul's head rolls onto the ground.
Nice.
Angela/Peter is now naked and bloody with a crazy face, hissing, holding a knife. We slowly zoom out.
Hissing? Did you say hissing?
Oh,
God.
I've got a visual for you.
Oh, my God. I
Please
can't wait.
prepare.
I can't wait.
Crazy face. When I say crazy face, so just standing there covered in blood, crazy hair, zoom out, it's a penis with
Wait, we see a penis?
a penis.
Oh, shit.
Suddenly, like, kind of more of a boyish body. Like, they're all like 13, so
Sure,
all their
sure.
bodies look the same, but
Yeah.
suddenly she seems more muscular.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I could be making that part up, but I was just like, magic muscles. And then she's literally like,
Oh my God. I cannot wait. Guys, I'm so sorry that we're an earball medium because Kim's face was just priceless.
you have to record that one. I practiced that one.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh my God. Kim, you screenshot that. It's your new headshot. It's perfect. It's so, oh God. Oh, Kim. Oh,
So
Kim.
Short Shorts and Susie, Short Shorts is like, how could it be? Oh my God, she's a boy. Freeze frame on her crazy face that slowly turns to kind of green. The
Oh
end.
my God. That is the best thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. So wait, I did pretty well. Because I said that the girl and the dad died. And I was right.
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
I know.
And then
You killed it at the Dead or Alive, you fucking cunt.
Yeah. And then I mostly said Angela.
Yeah.
Yes. Who done it?
Who done it?
All right, count my points.
Okay.
Hey guys, this is Ketrin
And Kim.
from Kim and Kat Stay Alive, maybe. And we want to tell you about a brand new way to listen to our podcast. It's called Podcoin.
What's that, Ketrin?
Well, it's a free app that you can download on your iPhone or Android, and you just listen to podcasts exactly the same way you're doing right now, except you get paid to do it.
I like getting paid.
As do I. So what you can do is, for the amount of time that you listen, you earn Podcoins, and you can then trade those Podcoins in for things like Amazon gift cards or Starbucks gift cards, which is what I will be using mine for.
Or you can donate to charity, which is what I'll be doing because I'm a better person than you.
That is true. So how do they do it, Kim?
Just download it and then put in our code, Stay Alive, capital S, capital A,
Yeah.
and you'll get 300 points just by joining.
Yeah.
So that's it. Get Podcoin and stay alive.
Woo!
Okay. Out of 28 points, you got 19 points.
Not so bad. So would I have gotten more if I just said Angela the whole way through, basically?
Yeah, it was mostly just, I mean,
Yeah.
it was really just guessing t-shirts and then
That was so great. Man, I really feel like I had like a true sense of his wardrobe. I just didn't know like what he woke up wanting to wear each morning. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
It's tough, but you know, he's his own person.
Yeah.
You know.
He's got to express himself however he sees fit.
Well, Nick Santa Croce, that was for you, my friend.
That's for you.
That was a fucking gem if I've ever seen one. I cannot wait to see that last visual. Though Kim acting it out for me, I don't know how it could get better than that. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll post that because it's basically like you doing Red and us.
Yeah.
Like
It's basically the
nailing
same.
it. So
Also, neither of us have any shame.
it's truly something that you should watch.
I can't wait.
I almost want to like get drunk and watch it together.
Done.
I almost want to like live get drunk and watch it together with our Sammys or
Oh my
something.
God, that sounds
like,
awesome.
It's ridiculous.
I can't wait. It sounds so fun. We should totally do that.
Ridiculous.
Maybe on Twitch or something. We can figure out that whole Twitch situation.
It's really fun.
That Twitch situation. Cool. I loved it. It was great. Well, anything else? Should we tell people where to find us?
on social media at kksampodcast.
We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on all the things. We have a Patreon where you can see lots of fun Bone Con.
Bonus content.
Yep. If you sign up. And we also have fun merch. All of that is on our website. You can get to all of that on our website at www.kimandkatstayalive. Dirt Kerm.
Yeah, and write us a review on iTunes. Thank you so much.
And you'll get a song, unless your name is Mindy, and then we'll respectively not give you one.
This has been Kim and Kat Stay Alive.
Maybe.
So until next week,
Stay alive.
stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive.
Watch your eyeballs.
ghosted me. I'm done.